Hello Internet, and welcome back to my Big Damn TV Geek vlog. Happy New Year everyone! It's been a while. Life got really busy, I got burnt out, and I figured better to take a couple month mini hiatus than put out content that I wasn't really happy with. Right now I'm in the middle of taking a class and getting ready to move in February, so I can't promise I'm going to be back in any kind of consistent way until probably March, but I'm going to do my best. Anyway, since I was missing for much of the fall, and since we're just starting a new year, I thought now was the perfect opportunity to talk about some stuff that stuck out to me this fall that I didn't get a chance to cover, and do kind of a wrap-up of fall 2015 TV. So let's get right into it. The first thing I want to talk about is my two favorite shows this fall, Fargo and The Leftovers. Starting with Fargo, oh my gosh, you guys. I don't know about you, but I really loved season 1 and wasn't necessarily convinced, even with the amazing cast they had, they could pull it off again in season 2. Boy did they prove me wrong. I think I enjoyed season 2 even more than season 1. The ridiculous cast was all amazing. I think this is probably some of the best work Kirsten Dunst has done in years, and I want her on my television all the time. The story was terrific. They had so many excellent characters and still fit that weird, quirky, kind of twisted humor vibe that was so good in season 1 in all the right ways. And I can't wait to see what Noah Hawley comes up with next. The other show I was obsessed with this year was The Leftovers. Holy crap. I don't even know that I have the words to describe how good this show is. I actually liked season 1. I know a lot of people didn't, but season 2 blew it out of the water. The show did a great job of focusing in on the characters we care about most and really diving deep into their struggles and emotions and everything happening in their lives in a way that was just perfect. It was hard to watch at times. It's still a very emotional show, but there is nothing else like it on TV, and I am so glad it exists. And I'm especially glad that HBO picked it up for a short run in season 3 to wrap up the story of the Garveys. I also have to point out, when talking about The Leftovers, that International Assassin, the episode in which Kevin is fighting to come back to life and get rid of Patty after he poisons himself, is one of the most emotional, strangest, unbelievable hours of TV I've ever watched. It was probably my favorite episode of anything this year, and that's saying a lot because I watch a lot of TV. I have never seen anything like it, and I may not ever see anything like it again. Go check it out. Moving on to some slightly less positive things. My biggest disappointment of the fall was The Walking Dead and all of the nonsense surrounding Glenn's not actual death. Look, I've talked a lot about The Walking Dead over the years, on here, on my blog, on Twitter. This is a show with well-established consistency issues. When it's great, it's amazing, but when it's not, it can sometimes have a lot of problems. But one thing that was always true was that there were stakes. You always felt like anybody could die at any time, regardless of their status in the cast. The whole fake out with Glenn's death and the way he survived, hiding under a dumpster from an enormous zombie horde, which is completely ludicrous, just undermines any credibility the show had. I don't believe that any of the main characters are going to die now. They put Maggie in danger in the finale this year. I didn't buy it. I don't think they'll ever kill Daryl, even though they've tried a couple of times before. He's clearly safe. And that makes the show not work as well, because that's the whole point of a zombie show, is people are in danger. So I'm just not sure that this particular plot twist was wise or that it's something the show can recover from. Next up, my favorite comeback for a returning show this fall was Sleepy Hollow. This is kind of my favorite thing when a show bounces back from a really lousy season. I don't think anyone's going to defend the second season of Sleepy Hollow as good TV. They added too many characters nobody cared about. The plots with Katrina were all over the place. It was a mess. And I'm not going to go so far as to say season 3 so far has been the same show I fell in love with in season 1, but it's sure as hell been better. They've brought back some of the whimsy. They're focusing more on Abby and Ichabod again instead of all of these other people. They've brought Jenny tighter into the fold, which is great because I love that character. And I think they've just refocused on the stuff that works about the show instead of going nuts with crazy mythology things, and it's been a change for the better. Last but not least, I wanted to talk about my favorite acting performance from this fall, and that was Aya Cash on You're the Worst. You're the Worst did something unbelievably difficult for a comedy this year in tackling clinical depression in a real and emotional way. I think they knocked it out of the park. And I don't think that would have been the case if it weren't for Aya Cash's unbelievable performance as Gretchen. This cannot have been an easy assignment for Aya Cash as an actor, but she did it beautifully. She made watching Gretchen completely unravel so compelling and emotional and real, and it made the arc so much better than it would have otherwise been. Whether it was her total meltdown yelling at all of her friends when we first find out what's going on with her, or the episode where she follows her neighbors around and stalks them basically because she's latching on to what she thinks is their perfect life. Every beat of Cash's performance through that whole arc was perfect, and I know it's a pipe dream to think she'd get any love for this show, but it's going to be a crime when she doesn't. That's it for my quick little wrap-up of some things that stood out to me this fall. What did you guys think of TV in fall 2015? Did you have favorites? Stuff you didn't really like? Do you agree with my picks? Let me know in the comments. As always, please like and share this video. Subscribe to my channel so you can keep on watching my vlog. You can follow me on Twitter at BigDamnTVGeek, and there's a link to my Facebook page and the podcast I'm doing now in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.